The federal government had every right to deploy federal security forces and use force in order to apprehend those implicated in massive corruption and gross human rights violation.
Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, guys. Welcome back to Afro Nation. This is our new YouTube channel where we promote, where we upload, where we do everything and upload it here on this channel. Remember, like I said, guys, we lost the channels where we could get this information, all the videos which are useful to you as a continent of Africa. My name is Powers and I'm here to analyze, to enlighten, to open your eyes. Anybody there, maybe you might be a leader who doesn't know what's going on how to deal with it, but you come across these videos, maybe you can get a knowledge. Today I'm going to talk about two countries, Ethiopia and Eritrea. The recent information from the Eritrean president was so serious and he was so direct. So this came a long way between Eritrea and Ethiopia. As you know, the history of these two countries, you know, they have been crashing together back and forth, this and this. Good agreements been signed by both of the countries and let alone been broken. So into this video, the Eritrean president made it clear to Abiy Ahmed that please bro, if you dare come to my country and still need a hut or a peace on the Red Sea, you have to come properly, but not the way you want to come. The history of Eritrea and Ethiopia is way too big, is way too long. But this comes with one side being squeezed, one side being tortured, one side not being seen in the line, you know. So Ethiopia always want access to the Red Sea and always had access to the Red Sea. Before the independence itself, Ethiopia and the colonizers of Eritrea were in touch and connecting to the Red Sea. Everything was going well. Even after the independence, the Eritreans left Ethiopia to use the border and to use the Red Sea in order to help and to support the population in Ethiopia. But this came into line when by then the Prime Minister of Ethiopia was like, no, we're gonna own this Red Sea, and the Eritreans were like, no, we need this Red Sea to stay on our side. So that's the 1998 war where Eritreans and Ethiopia fought for almost 2 years and ended up Ethiopians losing to Eritrea, and Eritrea again owned the Red Sea and the oil ports, you know. So from then it was okay. Eritrea had its own port. Ethiopia was using the Djibouti port on the other side. But after then, Abiy became so angry. All of a sudden, Ethiopia tried by themselves to hang in and try to disturb Somalians. And the Somalians were like, yo, you can't use our port without diplomatic relationship. You need to be diplomatic. You don't need to use force. Wherever Ethiopia want to use ports, they want to deploy the army, the Ethiopian army, to the port, which most of the countries actually don't want. They want you to sign the agreement to work with them, pay what you have to pay, all the taxes, whatever, and use the port. It's not about owning the port. It's about using the port. So recently, Abiy Ahmed is really serious about taking over the port. And the aim of Abiy Ahmed is not taking over the port. It's actually expanding the territories of Ethiopia. And this is not about the Ethiopian people. Like, I know most of Ethiopian people who knows about this. They know that this is not about them. This is about the government of Ethiopia being manipulated by the West, the US, the UAE, whatever it is. So in this case, I'm not going to say it's a good thing for Ethiopia not to have a port, since it's a big country with a lot of population. But hey, you can't have a port which is not located in your own country. You can't own a land that's not mapped by your own people. So this means Ethiopia to rule or to have anything, any access on anything, they're not supposed to use force. This crash between Eritrea and Ethiopia is going to end, but how? Ethiopia has to leave this issue. Ethiopia has to sit down and make an agreement, a diplomatic agreement between Ethiopia and Eritrea. If not that, Eritrea is not ready to give up the port, the Red Sea, just like that. So this is going to be a war which we don't need to see again. Remember, Eritrea has been to many wars. You know, this is the youngest country in the world according to the independence system. So we're going to listen a little bit about Isaias Afwerki interview, and you're going to find the original video of the whole interview in the description about this case. My name is Powers, and my opinion is Abiy should always stay in line. You know, Eritrea is a country that's been isolated, like they've been through a lot. Nobody knows about them, especially us who talk about them. So if they have this that they own, it means it's theirs. So don't take something from someone who owns it. In case you need something from him, try to ask. Try to be diplomatic. Try to be like in other way, like Africa, we don't need to take that to on us. We don't need to bring in people to confuse us on what we own. That happens recently in many countries. You see Burkina Faso, you can see Ghana, you can see Zimbabwe. Like so many things happened because being influenced, being colonized indirect by the West and use our leaders. I don't know why Abiy is weak to this extent, but thank you so much for watching. Join the conversation in the comment section below and give your own opinion. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Follow me on Instagram, Powers Uptown, Facebook, Powers Uptown, and TikTok, Afro Nation. Peace.
اجي نصر الرعايا ويفلتات كله من انتي اصبحك تا قداي عزا صبوغ قدم كنا حد السودان بهاليلان كنا حد مالت كم زي بدغز زاربلو امونغو خلت جنرالات زرلو كنا لمنتا ما قلت جنرالات كنا تالو نينا بوليتيكا الرعايات وحيلتات دوكل نا حد موقع على خوينا بعتقلالي تتحسطو نزفلت حد كوينات دبالا السودان يلان وراري بال ذكال ببوزح ملكيتات كما يتتبعله موكسين حجين زارولو نخلنا بوليسي مرحا ذنبرنا ابتسعن حدا المودعتا نتقلنتات حزباونا عبي نبي قصو خيد خيل كما يرنا هنو واسعنا خمس حواتنا عرختنا مشارختنا سوداناويان دحر كله عمتات استاد ثلاث عمتات اجي اب كم درجه بصحنا بيغصو خمرحيو كما صراحه حدشونا يكونن قدم غنا ناي دو السودان شجر كيتفتحوا كلون كومو تمساسالي شركنت سلصنحنا نمخاخرلو نسرحلو غداي نيرو نزو نقبر ما انت بار زتفطيرو لحدش كونتات أنا ببان خلنا معراري وخنكيل لنا نفلتو هنا بقربا نكتاتلو لنا إلا نزاربو هنا نخلن كل واسع أنت قلنا بشركنة كنسرح أنت قلناون حدا حسب كنا هنا نصر لنا تبايلو حدا ورقة الدالينا من الواتاب كفلا عسران كلتن أو ورها عمشته ورقة الدالية يرزراتو بزح ينيرو جن أب حدا عصرتو كندا يقصات ترنيفو انتاي نيرو تحزتو كنواسا انت قلنا بشركنة حسابنا خنا كافن دحر قلنا بنهنا معدو بنهنا برسبكتيف لرأينا بزحت نقرات سلازلو هنا كافلهم ونكيل لنا نخلاتهم تواساتي ابزي دحري حزباونا عبد موصو تبايلو ورقه الله موكس غننا من تعجوين ناوينا نملس انتاي نيرو تحزتو قدمو قدادم نايتي حزباونا عبي كنتات كابي مصي سلمتاي مصي دايكونه كاب 56 جميرنا دحرنا صنتنا السودان بوليتيكاو معبابلا السودان انتاي مسل نيرو نحنا والقوريته دايكونس ودعو قمقام زخونه سب كبلو دخيلي قداماي مدرخ ناي عبود نورلو قدمي نورلو كسب ناي نمري نبره غزيه دحرنا نمري ناي مؤتمر وطني وجبهه اسلاميه 89 مسمصه انتاي يمصيف تاغر دحر 89 دحر 89 نانا ناصنت وين ترغاغصلو دحر مختام زحل كينات سلازخونه أما عبابلا بوليتيكا سودان كسب 89 نبل 83 وين نمرن كله وين جزا رؤسو صلواتاتهم كحضروا لهم زجور وزن ورص علي نقل بوليسيتات